Hope you guys are fine at your ends, and today the day was good. Thanks for watching my videos again and sharing it. Comment on that video so that it will give motivation for me. This all things whatever I'm doing is according to my research, according to my understanding. So if any flaws are there, if any mistakes are there, do let me know. That is one thing. Second thing, today there was a topic which I want to discuss with you guys, because probably you guys are the one who will correct me if I'm wrong. uh, every time the topic comes in my mind, but certain sometimes it gets slips off because of the daily busy schedule and those things. But today, luckily what happened, I just was sitting there and this is my personal experience which I experienced, this about this topic. This topic is all about the doctors, today's doctors. Because this topic, it's not about blaming the doctors. It is not. Let me be very clear onto this specific about this video, that this is not about blaming the doctors around. This is about my experiences which I felt with few doctors, and I felt that this is all my experience and my thought processes. It is not. I don't want to blame anybody, any doctors and those things, because it's a very big good profession, and I don't want to blame about that profession, because it will not be correct from my end. So this is purely about my experiences, my thought process, and this experiences which I had gone through to me. So I'm just sharing this topic to you, is about the doctors. So good evening everyone. Today I wish to talk about a subject that touches every life: the medical profession. Medical profession, for centuries, doctors have been, you can say, seen not just as professionals but as healers, saviors, and sometimes even second gods on earth. But in today's world, the role of a doctor has become more complex than even before. The noble path of service often finds itself at crossroads with the growing pressures of business commercialization and competition. The sacred image of doctor. Traditionally, medicine was never just a career. Traditionally, if you ask me, medicine was never just a career, it was a calling. The white coat symbolized purity, sacrifice, and service. A doctor's presence gave hope to the sick, courage to the families, and often a second chance of life. Even today, millions still see doctors as the embodiment of trust. A single word of reassurance from them can heal more than the medicines. A single word of reassurance from them can heal more than the medicines. Now, changing reality, you can say. But as the world has modernized, healthcare has become more of an industry. Hospitals have turned into corporations. Patients are sometimes seen as customers. Treatments are measured not only by their medical effectiveness but also by financial profitability. This shift creates a dangerous conflict. Should a doctor focus on healing or on meeting business targets? In some hospitals, doctors are pushed to prescribe unnecessary tests or treatments. Medical education itself has become so expensive that many young doctors begin their career already burdened with debt, forcing them to think commercially. The bond of trust between patient and doctor is slowly replaced by suspicion now. The bond of trust between patient and doctor is slowly being replaced, whether we agree or whether we don't agree. The bond of trust between patient and doctor is slowly being replaced by with suspicion. Now the emotional side of this. But let's pause and look at the human side. Behind every doctor is a human being, someone's son or daughter, someone's parent, someone who also feels stress and pressure. Doctors, if we emotional side of the doctors, if we take, doctors sacrifice sleeps, festivals, and sometimes even their own health. They work in high stress situations where a single mistake could cost a life, and yet they carry on because deep inside they know that their purpose is greater than themselves. I can repeat that word. And yet they carry on because deep inside they know that their purpose is greater than themselves. Now, doctors, I always feel that service versus business dilemma, you can say. Service versus business dilemma. So are the doctors. mean to be service minded saints or business professionals. The truth is, they need to be both. Without service, medicine loses its soul. Without service, medicine loses its soul. Without business, hospital cannot function. That also they need to take care. So it should be a balance. It should be a balance. The balance is what matters. A doctor can change, you can say a doctor can charge fees for their skills. A doctor can charge fees for their skills, but the motive must be, motive must be on service. Motive must never be on greed, you can say. A doctor can charge fees for their skills, but the motive must never be greed. Profit must never come before patient. Profit must never come before patience. Now, I had seen the doctors in my 70s, and I had seen the doctors in this generation as well. So I'm seeing a very big variation between them. Now, message to the younger generation of doctors, to the young doctors listening today. Remember why you choose this path. Remember why you choose this path. It was not for money, fame, or power. It was because you wanted to heal. It was because you wanted to save lives. To the young doctors listening today, remember why you choose this path. It was not for money, fame, or power. It was because you wanted to heal. It was because you wanted to save lives. Yes, times have changed. And yes, survival in this profession requires financial planning. I'm agreeing on to that point. But never let the business side overshadow the service side. Keep in mind, my young doctors, but never let the business side overshadow the service side. Even a small act of kindness, holding a patient's hand, explaining a diagnosis clearly, respecting their fears, can create miracles. These are the things no machine or medicine can replace, my friends. These are the things no machine or medicine can replace. Holding the patient's hand, explaining a diagnosis clearly, respecting their fears can create miracles. I literally certain times, a message for patients and society as well. We as patients also must play our part. We as patients also must play our part. Respect doctors, trust them, and understand their struggles. Not every fee is exploitation. Not every fee is exploitation. Behind every consultation fee lies years of studies, sleepless nights, and sacrifices we may never know. The other part is also there. So, as a patients and a society, I also need to give a message that we as patients also must play our part. Respect them, respect doctors, trust them, and understand their struggles. Not every fee is exploitation. Behind every consultation fee lies years of study, sleepless nights, and sacrifices we may never know. So I want to conclude this. I don't want to drag now more. Friends, the medical profession is to the young generation of doctors now. I wanted to talk to them. That friends, the medical profession is one of the pillars of human civilization. Doctors are the bridge between life and death, between fear and hope. Let us not allow this noble profession to lose its essence. To the younger doctors, younger generation who is going into this path and who's still there in this profession, I want to tell them doctors are the bridge between life and death, between fear and hope. Let us not allow this noble profession to lose its essence. Doctors must remember, you are the healers first, professionals second. You are the healers first. Society must remember, doctors are human first, not God or machines. Society must as well remember, doctors are humans first, not gods or machines. Together, if we restore balance, then medicine will remain what it was always meant to be, a service to humanity. Together, we need to restore the balance. Then medicine will remain what it was always meant to be, a service to humanity. Now, let me close this with a quote as well. A true doctor does not just treat disease. He treats humanity with compassion, courage, and conscience. Healing or hustling, you know, it's a time of, the title which I wanted to put into that, which came into my mind is right now is healing or hustling. Rethinking the modern doctor's role. A true doctor does not just treat disease, he treats humanity with compassion, courage, and conscience. So, thanks a lot, my friends. Um, if I'd said anything wrong, please forgive me or correct me, because I had gone through certain. This is all my experiences. Because even few days before I went for a doctor's place, I went to a small hospital. I went and met a doctor. Why this thought process came, I'll tell you. This 2 to 3 times it happened to me. There was a young chap sitting over there. He just prescribed some medicines to me for stomach pain. I was standing in front of him. He was chatting with his fiancée or girlfriend, I don't know. Somebody was sitting there. He just he just never ever looked at me also. When I came, I knocked his door and told, excuse me. Got inside. He never allowed me to sit also. I was just standing there in front of him. So this 3 to 4 times, certain places it happened to me. So I felt that no, this is a profession where people respects them. And respect is give and take. It is not about only one-way traffic. Respect is two-way. So I was standing there. I told that I have some stomach pain. He prescribed some medicine without checking on to me, without even noticing on to me. He gave that slip. I just came outside. I went. The first thing what I did, I just moved out from that place and I came to my place where I'm staying, and I went to a pharmacy near to my home. I was rushing that time, so I had some meeting as well. So I didn't checked whether there is a pharmacy next to his hospital. So I just moved out from there and I went. I showed the prescription to my nearby pharmacist. He told me that no, this medicine will be available only near to the place where you had gone. And I was quite surprised. In which world we are living now? It's all about business. It all about commercialized now. That's why I wanted to, I want to put a what do you say, a title as well. Healing or hustling. What is about? What is all about? The pharmacist is telling this medicine will be available only onto that pharmacy where the hospital is there. Then again I went there. I took the medicine from there. So the pharmacy was also belonging to the same doctor, I think. So what kind of society are we living in now? Assume that a person who has got some serious illness, and in the mid of the night he has got some problem. Now he is going out with the prescription what the doctors has given to his very nearby pharmacy, and they are telling that medicine is not available. You need to get into that place. What will be the condition of that of that person? What will be the condition of that person? He will die of stress. That's why it's very clear, right? Healing or hustling. Rethinking the modern doctor's role. I'm not blaming every doctors. I'm not here to blame every doctors. This is a personal experience which happened to me 2 to 3 times. So I thought that let me do a small video about this. Hope you guys will agree on to me. I think the mindset need to change. The mindset need to change. And hope it will change. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. See you. Take care.